Nothing else matters. My one desire is to worship you. I live to worship you. I live to worship you. To worship you, I live. To worship you, I live to worship you. Away, 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 away from the noise, alone with you. Way away, yeah, to hear your voice, meet you. It's been a while, but hear my heart cry again. To worship you, I live. To worship you, I live to worship you. Oh, to worship you, I live. To worship you, I live to worship you. And when you have no words left, just say, oh, oh,
All right, so in this video, we are going to be talking about my days after my jail time. So in between jail time and trucking, were pretty much the same. You know, I was still trying to find the way, but I was still in uh still in sin, still doing the word things of the world. So let's go to, I think in the last video I said that I think I was on where I was working. So in I was with Taz brain injury. After Taz brain injury came construction. And then after construction came Walmart distribution. And then Walmart distribution came trucking. So I didn't get the thought of wanting to do trucking till I got into Walmart distribution. Now, where it came about that I wanted to do trucking, it really just came randomly. Like I never ever in my thoughts thought about that at any point. And it was only because it had to be God, because just randomly be like, yeah, I want to go into trucking now. Like, like what? And then on top of that, whenever I would drive, I hated driving on side of 18 wheelers. Now I want to be in one. So it's like, that's crazy. So, if we go to when I was in with Walmart distribution, basically at that time between construction and Walmart distribution, I was still doing the same things. Well, yeah, pretty much doing the same things. Drinking, clubbing, and fornicating. After that, got into Walmart distribution and really I feel like it's probably started getting worse, to be honest with you. But so going through that whole ordeal, I had a thought about, I think that, let me see, how long was it before I actually started making a move? It might have been a month. It might have been shorter than a month, to be honest. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Um, but I can say it was like literally right after I started having a thought, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. So when I was there and I would tell people, the people I was working with and the people I was cool with and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm about to go into truck driving. I think I'm gonna think about going into truck driving. And literally everybody was telling me, it was like, that's a bad idea. That ain't gonna work, or just telling me something negative. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what made me want to go even harder about it. It was because of the fact that this had to be somewhere I needed to go, you know, because you ain't gonna tell me what I can't do. You ain't gonna tell me, all these negative things thinking, that's gonna stop me or whatever. But nah. So after that, I prayed on it and I started searching. So first things first was I didn't pay for my trucking school. I didn't pay no money. I didn't pay no money at all. The only thing I paid for was the book that I needed and the my license. And they reimbursed me that money right back. So as you can see, this was nothing but God, you know. So I went through the workforce. The workforce paid for my truck schooling, and after that, and you have to get it like accepted in and stuff or whatever. Um, and they paid through, and you have to take a test. I didn't know you had to do that. You have to take a test when you go through the workforce, but I ended up passing that. Um, and then after that, what else did I do? I had to fill out some paperwork and stuff, but the it felt so smooth. Like it didn't even take long at all. So after that, I started in school. I started in school, and this also just came to my mind that I really was trying to get out of that area of Walmart distribution, because it was like my even the like people that was like above us, like supervisors and stuff like that, it was only just making me upset and peeing me off and stuff. And I wasn't trying to, put myself in bad positions where I had to be apologizing to people and stuff or whatever. But uh, you know, those things end up coming about anyway. But because I can't remember too vaguely. But anyways, um, so after that, I ended up quitting that job, getting into trucking, and literally just had to trust the process that God was bringing me through. After that, I ended up getting a job right after my trucking school. Now I was a little like in the thought of like, man, ain't nobody hiring me right now, because it's crazy that these trucking companies know there's going to be a lot of new recruits. Most of the people that have many years ain't going to leave the place that they at unless something seriously happens. So it's like you're going to have to accept new people regardless. I mean, you don't have to, but if you want workers, you want people that's going to be loyal to your company, you're going to have to accept people in. You ain't going to know who the person is until you accept them in. So, but I end up um, finding a company. I think it was probably like a week later, maybe. Actually, I can probably, because I finished trucking school in May. I think like May 28th or something like that. Oh, it was like 2 days after I ended up finding the company. But no, okay, that's what it was. It was probably actually a week, because we had finished, but yeah, we had finished a little early, but we still had to get like the credits and stuff. And I didn't, and I was looking for a company in that time, so that's why I'm saying a week, because I was like, wait. So May 30th was when I had headed out to that company. Um, and before I head out to that company, me, my dad, and my nieces and nephews actually had went fishing, and that was a pretty nice time. Need to go fishing again, but and I actually ended up catching a fish, because You know how I'm doing. But after that, end up getting going to Warner as my first company. I was with them for 3 months. It didn't last too long. I was doing a Dollar General account, and that was just so bad, so bad, so bad. But to be honest, I can say I probably wasn't in the right position in finding that company, finding that correct place to be in that God really wanted me to be. Like, yeah, I found something, but I don't think I still thank God for the job that I did have, you know, but I don't think I put myself under the right, what's the right word? Position. No, I guess we can say position. Um, so, but I ended up working with them for only like 3 months though. Um, they was playing with my money. Like the Dollar General account, I was working out of Mississippi, and their account was just garbage, bro. Like their rotainers were not safety required at all, bro. Like I'm telling you, you had rotainers that were sharp. Like I literally had cut myself on one of the rotainers. And you know what's the crazy part? They don't actually care. As long as you doing a job, that's all they care about. I'm sending them pictures, showing them the wheels, the little the what you call it for the wheels peeling off and stuff. I'm like, bro, this is not safety requirements. And I guarantee you, if somebody came and inspected y'all place, they would probably shut y'all down. But to be honest, everything is about money. Nobody don't care about nothing no more. So I was just like, this is crazy. And I probably still got those pictures if I scroll through. But in the process, um, so when I was working for Warner, that's when I really got back into like just focusing and praying to God and talking to God, you know. Um so they have a process where you have to wait for a um like a leader or whatever, somebody that's going to be driving with or something. And I kid you not, I had to wait the longest, man. Let me see how long this wait was. So we got that was actually the what you call it. So June 1st to mm, I don't know if this is showing everything. I'm not sure. I had to wait a little minute, but in that time, I was spending time with God, praying, reading, and stuff like that. Just trying to keep my head leveled as I wait because I was starting to get a little agitated and stuff. But even in the meantime of it, God was like keeping me steady because I had like got acquainted with some people that was there that I was also waiting with. So with them, we had went to like these different places, and they also had like a workout thing. So I would go and work out. Um, they had, and then the people that I was acquainted with, we had went to like the this big Bass Pro Shop. This was in Arkansas, West Memphis, Arkansas, that I was at, and we went to like this big Bass Pro Shop, um, and stuff like that. I would go to the pool, chill at the pool, and just But at the same time, and all of it, just focusing, praying to God, talking to God, and whatnot. um, and then after finally getting a leader or whatever, and then went out with him, started doing the whole process of training and whatever. And that training process was so terrible. Like honestly, if I had put on that thing what I actually wanted to say about this man, he probably would have got fired on the spot. I kid you not, bro. Like it was it was so terrible. And I don't even think I think the last time I talked to him, I don't even remember the last time I talked to him. But he had a after me, I ended up seeing him again. He had a new student that he was training. And I seen that student with the next company that I had worked for when I was over the road. But that wasn't like till later down the line. Um, and he told me that he didn't work for them anymore. So I guess I can talk about it. All right. So through the process of that, this was literally working on my patience and working on holding my tongue, because if I didn't have nothing to say good, I was going to say something wrong. And then I don't want to do that knowing that I have to sleep in the same truck with this person. And by the way, no, we are not sleeping in the same bed. For anybody to just start thinking anything crazy, there are two bunks in a truck. It's basically like a bunk bed. So, um, through that process, it was like he was just doing unnecessary stuff. It was like, so one being, um, let's say it was his turn to drive or something, or he's about to drive or something, right? Uh, he would literally, bro, I kid you not. This man literally sat and getting in the driver's seat. We headed down the road, go down the road, hit the interstate. On the interstate, this man folds his legs in the seat, folds his legs in the seat, and he does it. And I didn't say nothing. I probably should have, because that's my safety you playing with. But he folds his legs in the seat, be texting on the phone, and I'm not talking about, you know, like trying to keep focus on the road more than you're focused on your phone. I'm talking about, seriously, the man has the phone right in front of him while steering. I was like, yo, you can't be serious right now. Oh, and then on top of that, he would grab the tablet, do the same thing with the tablet, putting stuff on the map. I'm like, bro, you going I'm telling you right now, if we get into a wreck, I'm not gonna say nothing. But I'm telling you right now, if we get into a wreck, I'm suing you and Warner. I'm telling you. I kid you not. Both of y'all getting sued. And you better hope I don't die, because I'm taking money from everybody. I don't care. Cause like that was just so unnecessary. It's like, bro, you are a trainer. You're not supposed to be doing stuff like this, you know? So after that, I never said nothing. I kept my mouth closed. I was just working. Then there was a time where I needed to get back home because I was going on a trip. Now we could have been done. We could have been done with this thing. And bro, it's so funny. It's funny now, but at the time, when I tell you I was so irritated, like even my mom knows when I get irritated. I was so irritated, bro. Okay, so we had the last stop. We had three stops altogether. Finished the first two quick because we was trying to get back so I can, pack, get ready, leave out. We get to the last stop. This man takes 20 years to park the truck so we can start unloading. What makes it even worse is that it started raining. But I ain't worried. Dude, this is a job. We got to get the job done. Rain, snow, whatever. This man takes the longest to park. I'm like, bro, just get it in the best way possible. We gon', you know what I'm saying, figure everything else out in after, you know? So after that, he finally gets it in the spot. But before he finally gets it in the spot, he sees there's a mattress. Now let me remind you, let me let you know. I don't know who this mattress belonged to. I don't know where it came from. I don't even know why it's there. It's dirty. It looks disgusting, right? I'm saying these things for a reason because you're about to see why. And again, I'm telling you these stories, but so you can see what I had to endure and how my patience and things was being tested. So he sees the mattress. He's looking at the mattress. You see it perfectly. Me and you looking at the same thing. We both looking at it, right? All right. He gets. Oh, and I'm glad, because I did another story just popped up in my head, and this was before this. So I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. So, sees the mattress. He drives up because the area we was in, it was pretty small. I ain't gonna lie, but it's like get it in the best way possible so we can get it, you know, done and stuff like that, because it's not gonna be perfect. It's too small of an area. You know, as a truck driver, you just got to do it the best you can if you have a tight spot. And I had to learn that in many different scenarios. So, so he sees the mattress. He drives on top of the mattress. And some people may be like, "What's wrong with that?" The mattress gets caught inside of the axles on my side, because I was in the passenger seat. So the mattress gets caught and stuck in the what you call it, in the axles and stuff, and all in the wheel. And I looked at him. Well, at first I was like, "Where the mattress go?" And then I looked at him. I was like, "You know the mattress is stuck, right?" And he was like, "Oh crap." This dude, instead of trying to see and getting out to see how to get the mattress out, he starts driving back and forth trying to get the mattress. I'm like, "Oh no, you're not gonna do this right now. You're not gonna do this. This is only wasting time." So he gets he makes it even worse. And the mattress have springs in them. The springs start popping out of the mattress. Oh Jesus! Just thinking about it, it's just like, oh my goodness. It's funny now though, but it was just like, bro, what? So the springs started popping out, and one of the springs popped out so hard that it popped the hood and broke the latch. So on the hood of a truck, there's latches that you hook so the hood can stay down. It popped that off, broke it. So in the midst of that, he gets out, walks around to the side where the mattress is at, and starts recording it. I was like, bro, this man can't be serious right now. Why are you recording? And not only that, what to make matters even worse, he gets on the phone with somebody and starts telling them as if it's a freaking, like he just met a celebrity. I was like, bro. And then whole time he's sitting there laughing, my face. I did not smile not one time. None of this was funny to me at all. He's sitting there laughing, having a good time, messing up the truck, wasting time, while I'm over here getting highly upset and ready to go. So after that, he starts trying to get the springs and stuff out. Did I get out and help him? I ain't gonna lie. I was not in the mood. I was not in the mood. I didn't want to get out. I didn't want to do nothing because I was getting upset. So, I literally sat there and watched him do that. I think I have a picture. I do have a picture. My phone actually never deleted it. Hold on. It should still be in my thing. Let me see. Every time I go to my phone and start searching through stuff, I always forget how I get. Oh yeah. So if you go to your phone, you can also find your old pictures and stuff that you thought you deleted, but you didn't. So if you go to, let's see, if you go to your storage, dang, how I go to my storage? I be tweaking sometimes. I be forgetting stuff. I need to pray over that. Um, Hold on. Give me some time here while I get myself together like I don't know nothing. All right, here we go. Found it. All right. So if you go to your storage, you can go to your iCloud or um just like your phone storage. But you go to your iCloud, then go to manage account storage, and then go to messages. Well, the messages will be there, but you can go to iCloud photos. Wait, no, not iCloud photos. It should be under photo. Don't judge me. Hold on. Don't judge me. I really thought it was actually that. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Actually, boom. Wait, let me make sure before I say it and then be looking crazy. Nope. Is it this? No, it's not that. Okay. Well, the photo was like a picture of him, or I think it was a video of him, doing all the stuff. Cause at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm honestly getting over this nonsense that he doing. So everything that he do, I'm about to take a picture of or a video, and I'm about to send it to these people. Cause ain't no way. And then he would tell me about stories, and then laugh about it. Like, bro, they would literally fire you if you told anybody else other than me these stories that worked for them. He told me one time that he saw a pile of dirt a big pile of dirt, like at like a construction spot or something. I don't know. And he ran straight into the pile of dirt for no reason. And this is my trainer we're talking about. I was like, okay, why? Like, what was the purpose? And he was like, I just saw it and just ran into it. I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, if that's what makes you happy or excited, I don't know. I didn't know what to tell him. I don't know what he expected my responses to be when he told me these stories. But one thing's for certain, that didn't make no sense. Uh, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. So after all that, we finally got to a spot. He got the springs out and everything. Oh, and the reason I was saying it was dirty was because he was doing all this with his hands. He was touching that dirty mattress and all that with his bare hands. I was like, bro. I literally told him, "You gonna wash your hands?" Like I'm not finna play that. I'm not finna play that. You're not finna get back. Because he got back in the truck and started touching everything. I was like, so you can imagine how I was feeling. And so after that, we finally got started on getting unloaded and stuff. And at that point, like I was hustling because I was just ready to go. I was peed off. I was upset and all type of stuff. I was like, Lord, please keep me level headed right now because this is atrocious. So there was another story where I was having a little trouble backing up, and instead of just helping me, because one thing about it is just let me do it. I don't care how many times I messed up. I'm literally learning. I'm like beginner. I literally just came out of school, truck driving school. Like you can't expect me to know what I'm doing fully. So he was like, "Let me get in there. Let me do it for you." I'm like, bro, I was about to I was this close to cussing him out. I was like, bro, I'm training. You're training me. You're supposed to be helping me. You're not supposed to be doing the work for me. Like one thing about it, I don't like that. If you're gonna be my trainer, just tell me. I don't care if you get upset or not. But one thing is for certain, don't do my work for me. I don't like that. So I got so upset, I was just like, all right. And then he gets in the driver's seat and started doing the exact same thing I did. You're my trainer. You're telling me you're gonna do it for me, but you can't get out of this situation either. Like, you're supposed to be helping me, bro. How are you helping me? And this is what I had to endure. This is the training I had to go through. So the whole time I'm focusing on, you know, what I'm going through and like the stuff I'm dealing with, not realizing that this is helping me or it's supposed to be enduring my patience and things like that. Now, I didn't go off on them. There was one time where I kind of got a little agitated and I said something in like a different tone or whatever. And I think he had picked up on it. And I don't know if he felt some type of way. But um, yeah, so after that, and I think I had apologized to him or something. Or I was like, I can't remember. I can't remember exactly everything. But that specific thing really irritated me. And then there was another time where we got to where we got to truck stop and we had to park for the night. We was trying to find a place to park and we ended up finding one. And he was gonna go ahead and park it because it was a pretty, it wasn't that tight, but it would have took a minute. It took a minute. So literally, he ended up parking. I didn't do the parking. He ended up parking that time, and it took us almost 40 minutes, maybe to an hour, just to park. Now, mind you, I'm not parking. It was him parking. This is my trainer we're talking about. And I'm not trying to, dog him out or anything, but it's just like, so, um, because everybody mess up, everybody makes mistakes, stuff like that. But not doing the mistakes on purpose, you know, like running into a pile of dirt on purpose. That's literally making a mistake on purpose. Like they could have literally fired you for that because it triggered the camera. He said it triggered the camera when he did it, and they called him. I was like, please don't do that again, or we basically will fire you. So uh, and there was some other stories that he told me where he was just like doing stuff on purpose. I was like, okay. So we get to the part where he finally gets like lined up to back up, and like his face was so red. I don't know if he felt embarrassed or what, but I never made him feel like, he was, doing anything wrong. I was just like, I was literally outside of the truck telling him how to steer, when to steer, and everything. It was like training backwards. And sometimes it happens like that. I mean, should it be like that? Probably not, because they're literally paying you to train me, not me to train you. But that's literally how it happened. So, after he finally got parked, we went in there, did all our stuff. And so at the end of it, you know, I was just like, bro, that was a lot. And now thinking back on it, I really noticed the times where I was really being, tested. So I ended up getting on my own. I made a few mistakes on my own. You know, I'm a new truck driver. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, regardless of if you're new, old truck driver, you're going to make mistakes in life. You're going to make mistakes in the things you do because we're all not perfect. So, but we try our best not to make the mistakes. So, when I got on my own, it was just like that. The Dollar General account literally could be so much easier and better if they just put two people together. Like you can fly through so many loads with two people. It's crazy. Cause me and him, we had like 3, 4 loads in a day, literally. It's like easy money. Maybe sometimes 5, probably. Like yeah. So, uh, and depending on how many stops as well. So, um, we get to the part where I'm by myself and stuff like that. My money is being played with. I didn't really know anything about like getting money ahead of time. I forgot what they call it. I forgot the term for it. But like you can take money out your next check. It'll come to me. I forgot the term. If anybody knows it, you can say it in the comments. But wait, it'll come to me. So I didn't know nothing about that. And then the person that said or gave me the option to do so was like, didn't tell me till after I'd done it. It was like, oh, this is going to come out your next check. I was like, no, I don't want that. Put it back. But it had already been done. It had already been done. So I was just like, all right, bro. So it ended up messing up a lot. And then on top of that, they had a 1,200 guaranteed, Never met that. And I was hitting lows, you know what I'm saying? And then I was new as well. So they couldn't expect a whole lot out of me. But I was, for me to be fairly new, I was really on my game for real. So it's like, my money been played with, and then on top of that, the atmosphere just wasn't there, and then the safety at all. Like I said, the rotators were messed up. I literally had to spend like 2 3 hours sometimes waiting for somebody to come out there to fix the lift gates, because the lift every single lift gate was just so garbage. Then what else? Sometimes the yeah, there have been times where the lift gate wouldn't even lift or go up and down. There have been times where rotainers fell off because the little flaps that hold the rotainers on the lift gate, so you can let it up and down, literally would just fall down. So the rotainer would just roll straight off the thing. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, talk about upset. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I wanted to quit on the spot when it first happened. Oh, and there was a time when I was with my trainer that one of the rotainers had did that. Oh, by the grace of God, this was nothing but the Lord. Bro, I kid you not. One of the rotainers fell. And nearly, if I was closer, okay. This, okay, hold on. Okay, let's say this is the trailer. No. This is the lift gate, right? This is me. I was like fairly this close. No, this is the road. We're gonna use this as the road center, and this is me. I was fairly close to the lift gate where it come down in the rotator. The When he rode the rotator, and I never thought about it, but I was praying and hoping that he wasn't hoping that rotator would hit me, because I don't think I ever gave him a reason to. I never, like I said, I always kept my mouth closed. I didn't say nothing. There was only one time where I kind of changed tones, but it wasn't nothing serious. But like I said, I always kept my mouth closed. I didn't say nothing about anything. So I never gave him a reason to want to feel that way. And I wasn't trying to think that, because I didn't think, you know, that would be the case. But like I said, and I still don't think that, but I hope, I pray not. So this close. About right there. Yeah, about right there. All right. I was this close, right? He rolls it, and the flap falls down. Now, when the rotator was going and it was about to fall, he sees that it's about to fall, but he didn't say nothing. Now, it's just me and him, right? No, it's not just me and him. It's me, him, and a worker. Now, the worker that was helping us, he didn't. I think they're supposed to be out there, but most 9 times out of 10, if it's 9 times out of 10, most of them don't even come out and help. They're not doing that. So the worker ended up saying something. So if that worker wasn't there, ain't no telling what would have happened. When the rotator was falling, he saw it. He was looking and was like, "Yo, watch out!" And I looked, and I kind of stepped to the side a little bit. Like, I didn't move fast because I didn't know what he was talking about. But when I turned and stepped like away from it, it skipped my arm and like scratched my arm, and that was it. Now, what was in that rotator, bro? That rotator was full of dog food and water. So you can imagine how heavy that rotator was and how bad that would have hurt if that would have hit me in any other type of way. All it did was just skim my arm, and it was just like, it was just kind of red and stuff like that. But boy, was I thankful and praising God for that. So this is how fairly close I was. The rotator falls, skims my arm, falls down. I was like, oh my goodness. And he just sitting there looking. He up in the truck, just sitting there looking. I'm looking at him, I'm like you, like, I'm looking at him like, you wasn't gonna say nothing? Like, you were just gonna let the rotator fall on me? Like, what the heck? So, after that, I was kind of just contemplating that and thinking, but I never said nothing about it. I didn't ask no questions, but I was just thankful, thankful that the other guy said something, and that moved me over a little bit more, so that it can just skim my arm. Like, it may have still hit me, but it didn't really hurt or nothing like that. But it would have hurt if I was literally standing any closer than I would have been. Like, I was pretty fairly close. And if that would have hit my head, that could have like crushed my spine or something. That could have broke my neck. It could have did anything, bro. So God was definitely always with me. Um, then after that, so let's fast forward back to where I was with the rotaries falling and all this stuff. I was having a rough time with this job, and it was just like, and when in them trailers in the summertime, oh, it gets so hot. I'm talking about, I'm sweating bullets, and like shirt be soaking wet. Sometimes I don't be close enough to a truck stop to be truck stops like 2 hours away, and I be having like an hour left on my clock. I be like, bro, can't go take a shower. Now, I did have other ways of, cleaning myself. So don't think I'm just getting in my bed completely dirty, anything like that. Trust me, I was prepared. I'm at a Dollar General. They got a lot of stuff in there that you can use and do. So, but best believe when I did wake up and get to the next point, I'm headed to a truck stop to shower. And sometimes it's like that as a trucker. If anybody tell you they taking a shower almost every day as a truck driver, they ain't doing no work. They ain't really going nowhere. You know, 9 times out of 10, them people that work regional, over the road, sometimes there'll be times where you won't be able to get to a shower unless you literally stop in the middle of your drive. And sometimes I did that. Like when I was headed out somewhere and I have time to stop, I'll go and take a shower and stuff. But sometimes you won't have time because you have to meet a deadline, And if you're late, some places won't take you, or that'll go against your check or something. So, but there have been times where that happened. There have been times where, I was getting stuck and I was just like frustrated. I messed up. I didn't hit something. I never hit nobody's car though while driving. That's one thing. Yeah, I did. I lied. I did. But that wasn't my fault. So, um, yeah, them people were just not thinking. But so worked with them, did all that, was going through all of those things. And then I had left. And then after I left, I even washed their truck up for them. I paid the money. They didn't even reimburse me for that. And it was like, you supposed to call and stuff. I was like, how you gonna call me and tell me when to wash my truck? This truck, you gave me this truck to wash and clean and take care of. How you gonna tell me when to call and when to wash it and keep up with it? What sense that make? But I ended up still paying the money to pay for it and wash it anyway because I wasn't that type of person. I cleaned up that truck thoroughly. You know, when they all they got to do is literally go through it, make sure everything was taken out that wasn't supposed to be there, and just make sure it's nice for the next person. But literally, I wiped down that whole inside of that truck. I I uh I swept the floors and everything and stuff like that. Just the whole 9 yards. Um, but for the next company, when I ended up leaving them, or when they fired me, I didn't do that. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't do that. I probably should have because but I didn't. But we gonna get to that. So, um, after I left them, ended up going with, and I already had the other company, in lined up to go to. Uh, they had me a flight ticket like 2 days later out there to head to the next company that I was going to, and that company was U.S. Express. Um, I worked for them for pretty much a year. Well, a year and 6 months. I worked for them, and with them, um, I was local at first. Now, working local was definitely, pretty chill, but the pay wasn't there at all. Like as a truck driver working local, if you getting paid by the load, that is the stupidest thing ever. I'm sorry. That doesn't even make sense. It's hourly or you don't pay nobody at all. Like, well, how am I getting paid by the load? I'm not over the road. So why are you paying me by the load? Where's the hourly pay? That makes more sense, you know. So, um, ended up getting to the end of my rope with working local because it was just like it wasn't hitting. But you can imagine that it was pretty much the same process. I was working for a Walmart account where basically we're doing the same thing that the Walmart drivers do. Go to the Walmart, park in the dock, go inside. Pretty easy, simple job, but the pay just wasn't there. Park in the dock and unload. Now, I feel like they would probably make it hourly if we unloaded ourselves, and I wouldn't mind it. Make it. Them people be taking forever anyway. I'll be gladly to unload my own truck. You know what I'm saying? Just get out my way. Don't nobody be back in while I'm working, and that'll be that. You know what I'm saying? Them people be taking 20 years to unload your truck, and you can tell like literally everything I was doing was literally dealing with patience, man, because that's something I prayed on a lot. I prayed for patience. I prayed on it. I prayed on it. And sometimes we don't realize that what we praying for is literally being acted out in today. So you got to think about those times what you prayed for and really pay attention to what's going on around you and how could this be, going towards your patients or whatever you pray for. So you can just imagine like a time where like I get in there, I literally sat outside for like 30 minutes waiting for somebody to come to the door. As a truck driver, I'm not supposed to be walking around to the front of this store. That door is back there for a reason. You come to the door, open the door for me so we can get started on unloading this truck. Literally would have to walk around sometimes, even with walking around, there's still nobody around to unload the truck. There was one time where I was there for an hour because nobody was there to unload the truck. I was just like, bro, It was just so unorganized at most of them stores. It was bad. Um, and then, but again, these are things that I pray for, you know. So I had to endure it and, you know, work on my patience. So, um, work for them for a year doing all that same thing, you know. Uh, and then even had to have patience with some of the people that I was working with. And it's like, man, I had to pay attention to it. It was like, because if I didn't, I would just fail, you know. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I did mess up, you know, because I was being impatient. You know, I would complain sometimes and stuff like that. Um, and then we get into so, and I don't think I ever said it, but the reason I feel like he put me in truck driving was because I also said I wanted to work on my patience and have peace and stuff like that. And what and in truck driving you need patience. Like you gotta have a lot of it. So um even driving on the road, you know, with crazy drivers and stuff like that, there have been times where I had road rage, you know. I'm ready to get out and fight somebody. I'm ready to Royal Rumble with somebody on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really out of pocket sometimes, but um definitely was, you know, all the learning process when it started clicking, you know, that this is what you prayed for basically. Uh so and when we pray for something and then it starts happening, we got to realize it's God's way, you know. So you never know what he'll have you going through to get what you prayed for. So you just got to do. And then in times of stuff that he give you, pray for the strength, you know, to endure what he give you, because he's not expecting you to do it on your own just because you prayed for it. He's still going to be there and help you through it. You just got to talk to him. So yeah, so through all that process, you know, definitely was uh, a building process. Um, and then after I worked with them for probably like 9 months in, 10 months in, I ended up going to their, like, I guess their baby company or whatever. It was a variant, their over the road company. And I was with them for 6 months. So I was still US Express, but just variant over the road. Um, so I worked with US Express for a year and 6 months because those 6 months was that math didn't add up. All right, you get yeah. All right, so when I got over the road, you know, that was even more of a building because it's like now I'm dealing with people literally over the world, not over the world, over the whole 50 states. So it's like I'm dealing with all types of people. And then I would have people stick their middle finger up at me and stuff like that. And I just laugh at it. Now, when that type of stuff happened, I never entertained it. You know, there are people pull up on side of me, looking at me, cursing at me. I'm just looking at them like, okay, I promise you. Like, you know what? You see where I'm going. You see what it say on my trailer. It say Walmart. This was one time when I was working local. A guy put up on side of me doing all that cussing and stuff. And I'm just looking at him. I started laughing because it's like it's funny. Because it's like what you expect my reaction to be? Would you want me to do it with you? Like what the heck? So I get in the turning lane, and it's like, you see where I'm going, and my truck says Walmart. There's a Walmart right here. You see where I'm about to pull into. If you really had a problem, you would just pull up right there. So it's really no point in entertaining those people. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, they ain't gonna do nothing for real. Them people just upset about nothing. They just spirits trying to irritate your spirits, basically. So but there have been times where I did get upset because people brake checking me and stuff, and with it being hard to stop in that truck, because it's like, why would you want to put yourself in that type of danger? Like, do you not realize that this truck taps you, it's over with? Like, if I hit you, you gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So work with them for 6 months. My last day was like October 4th. But before that, I had ended up getting into a wreck. Again, I'm still gonna say the wreck was not my fault. Um, because the guy was just being ignorant behind me before he even got on side of me to pass me up. And why he was trying to pass me up, I don't know, because I was in the left lane anyway. Now, I was in the left lane passing up other cars, right? I see a blue Challenger behind me, um, just like moving back and forth, you know, because I'm trying to, I'm passing up cars, and as I'm passing up the cars, he trying to beat me and stuff like that. Now, he didn't beat me until, well, he didn't beat me at all, but when I got past the last car that I was passing up, I literally signaled before I was getting over. And then some people would say, well, you should probably just stay right there and just let him go anyway. But it's like, I'm not supposed to be in that lane either. But the only reason I'm here in this lane is because I'm passing up vehicles. So, slower vehicles. So I get, like, soon as I pass up the vehicle, I kid you not, soon as I get past the vehicle, I didn't waste no time. I didn't waste no seconds, no nothing. I start getting over. Now, I'm not talking about like trying to hurry up and get over, but I start getting over slowly. Um, and then as I'm getting over, um, I'm thinking, since he sees my signal light, because the way y'all cars be, you are literally eye level with my signal lights. So it's like, there's no way you can't see my signal lights, and I know my signal lights work because I do my inspections and stuff. So put on my signal light, start getting over, and then I'm like, I looked in my mirror on the left side. I'm like, where is he at? So I was like, what the heck? And I look back over to my right, and this man is on my right side as I'm literally. This is the road, right? Let's say this is the middle. The middle of the phone is the middle of the road. Okay, I'm on the left side, right here. So it's kind of backwards because we're yeah. So I'm on the left side. I'm getting over, and let's say the middle of the phone and the edge is literally. So I'm like right here. So you can see that I'm just about almost in the lane. Like, only on the other side, I had this much left as to getting over. On the other side, like from the dotted lines and my tires on the left side, I had this much space left. So as I'm getting over, there's also a railing coming up, and we're already in that railing, and he's trying to basically race me through it. And as he's pushing his car through this, and then when I noticed that he was right there, I was like, bro, what the heck? So I tried to get back over it, but it was already too late, and he hit the side of my tire and went spinning out. And I was like, this man is tripping. So when we stopped and stuff, the company, it was like they basically just blamed it on me, and ain't no telling, that man straight up probably lied and was like I was on the right side, and this man just started getting over on me. Like, that was not true at all. And my company basically didn't even try to help me at all. They basically was just like, we only got literally what happened after. I was like, that's a lie, because those videos record up to like 30 minutes. Like, them cameras record up to. You mean to tell me I'm in a truck with a camera that only records 7 seconds? Be for real. Y'all must think I'm stupid. Like, if you just gonna fire me because I got into a wreck, just fire me because I got into a wreck. Like, and then they went into trying to bring up safety rules and all this stuff and all this other safety stuff they trying to bring up on me and try to say this is the reason we're firing you. No, it's not. I promise you. Like, they fired me because of that wreck. So, they literally fired me because of that. And then after that, like, they didn't even try to look into it. Nothing. They didn't. And the cops, how it go for truckers. It's literally not even a win-win situation. It's a lose-lose situation. So, basically got thrown under my own truck. You know how they would say bus. No, I got thrown under my truck. So, but it's a learning process. It was a learning thing. I learned my lesson from it. Learned my lesson from all the times where I was, getting upset at other drivers and stuff like that, going off and all that. Learned my lesson in many different areas, because patience, man, is definitely needed. But, and so in the next video, we're going to get into, the now and stuff like that. But, definitely was a fun time. It was a fun process going through trucking. And definitely learned a lot, most definitely. And I appreciate God. Thank God for putting me in that position, helping me, getting me in my mind and stuff, and get me away from the things that I was in and doing, And I really feel like trucking was part of the reason why he had me in there, to get me away from how I was living, And so for the people that say why God does what he does and you don't even realize it, that half the time he's trying to get you away from it, There have been times where he was trying to get me away from it, but I still found myself back in it. So he was like, okay, let's try this. And I haven't did much of that at all. I say much of that. I haven't did that at all. Like, if anybody say they seen me out at a club or anything, they are most definitely lying. You ain't never seen me out. You ain't never seen me drinking. You ain't never seen me doing none of that. Now, I ain't gonna say I ain't had the thoughts, but I never went back to it. I ain't gonna say that I haven't fornicated. That's something still working on and stuff like that. But it's not with different people, So it's slightly getting better. And then dealing with trying to overcome, different lustful thoughts and stuff like that, and trying to overcome my aggravation and things like that. It's still all the work in progress, but I can tell you it definitely is a tremendous change from where I came from. And I thank God for it. But and like I said, with the fornicating, it's literally with just one person now. It's just like, but now I'm focusing, like, at first where I was, it was like I wanted to do all those things, but now it's like, man, what's the purpose? You know, I want to have a purpose of being with somebody forever, or and like having a family and stuff like that, but with a purpose, with the help of God, putting me in that position, allowing me to be the man that I need to be, and stuff like that. But you'll see all that in other videos and stuff. We'll go over that, talk about that, and things of that nature. So, um, pray this bless somebody, man. You know, I'm willing to put all my stuff out there on the table to encourage somebody, you know, and always get your own experience, man, and get to know God for yourself. But y'all be easy. Love y'all.